Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Questions, tickers, throw them in the comment box. We'll get started here shortly. Mic check, mic check. How's my mic, guys? Still working on got my background fixed, working on my lighting. I'll still get this perfected for you guys. We'll start here in like 90 seconds, guys. All right, good morning, good morning. A lot to talk about. We've had some serious movement pre-market. Yeah, how do you like that, Jeff? All right, Mike's good. Thanks, guys. I want the lighting to be better. I'm still working on that. I got two lights shining hard in my face. Like, I don't know if you can see it in my glasses. Look at that. All right. Well, without further ado, again, we're live on Instagram. We're also live on YouTube. So if you prefer the horizontal view, jump over to YouTube at Student Alpha One and watch me there. Let's get into the charts, guys. Got a lot to talk about today. Again, if you have questions or tickers, throw them in the comment box. I'll be here just for about 15 minutes before I jump over to my VIP group and trade with those folks. So make sure, click the link in my bio if you want to join for free for 7 days. What do you got to lose? Is free too expensive? Let me know in the comment boxes. Is free too much? If you think it's too much, you're one that thinks that I should pay you to come. And that shit ain't happening. All right, guys, data. We don't know. Again, government shutdown. All this data is getting backpiled. It'd be interesting to see. I don't remember because we had a 17-day shutdown with Obama, and I don't remember how they rolled out the data then. But it's going to be a volatility shit show when all the data's rolled out. But let's get into it quickly. Try to fly through some of this stuff. All right. S&P 500 ES MES open price 67.20, high day 66.38, low day 66.92, resistance at high day and 67.50 above us, and then 6,800 above that. Support at low day, which you see here, and then 65.50 below that. The bias is our white line, which is right around 67.08. We're long daily and we're long intraday. I think we're going to run up. For you guys in my groups, I posted a video yesterday talking about all these, right? So I do it every weekend. It's like a 10, 15-minute video. I give you all these key levels. I talk about the movement. It's one of the benefits of being in my groups. Not to mention the education, the conversation, and then really the live trading. Yeah, I know I should discount it 1,000%. All right. But mean reversions are 6,800 where we hit again. It's going to be mild, guys. We'll talk about it in the war room. And then 6,500 below. Let's get into the Russell 2000 RTY M2K. If you have questions or tickers, throw them in the comment box. I'm trying to move faster because my lives have been going too long. Right? So open price 24.74. High day 24.87. Low day 24.61. You can see it all in the chart here. There you go. Resistance at high day and then 2,500. 2,500. I mean, this VWAP here is the all-time high anchored VWAP at 24.97. There's going to be resistance there, guys. So that 2,500 zone is probably worth 5 to 10 here. And we'll talk about it in the war room, but we're approaching it. So you want to keep an eye on that because that's right in that. There should be a red box up there. But we've cleared that red box a couple times, so I don't think it's going to be massive, but it's worth a few points, right? So you set your trade plan either side of that. So your trade plan, guys, looks like this. Tight stop loss, and then you hunt like 5 to 10. That's what it looks like. All right, there you go. You're welcome. Free trade plan for today. It's a quick short. Anyway, The bias is short below 20. The bias is 24.73. I haven't looked to see if it flipped on the hour, but we hadn't flipped yet. The daily's long. Trade to system mean inversions are 2400 and 2600. 2600 is a sharper mean inversion, and we'll take that one for quite a few points. If you have questions or tickers, throw them in the comment box, guys. You can always join me on YouTube or Instagram, depending on which one you're watching me on, but YouTube will offer the horizontal charts. Gold, holy shit, guys. Did you guys watching metals? They've just took off this morning. So for XAU, subtract 16, it's relatively close. Open price, and these are futures prices, 42.68 high day, 42.30 low day, 43.30. Resistance at high day and 43.90 above us as we approach that 4,400 diamond for the third time. That means it's weaker, folks. Support at 42.75 and low a day. The bias is long above this white line at 42.80, right through the green box, which isn't as consequential. If you watched my video yesterday, guys, oh man, I can only look at this. Here's XAU spot, right? We take it out on the hourly. I talked about this. Everybody wanted to know, well, when can I buy? When can I buy? Let's see. I don't have it on this chart. Damn, that happens to me in my war room. But these two touches right here, off this low, right? We're right off this drops anchored VWAPs. So I'll put them in. I think it's, is it here? Nope. It's the previous candle. Give me a second. I had it charted differently, but the point being, look at this. God's following that VWAP. So you could have bought the key level. You could have bought any retest of this and then run it up. That's what right? The only thing I said volume wasn't supportive of this bounce until buyers came in today. Look at that, right? Anchored VWAP for the win. If you don't know how to use them, get in my group. They are critical. One tool you have to have in your trading. If you don't, you're wrong. It's that simple. All right, guys. Flying here, silver futures prices. Questions, comments, throw them in the box, the comment boxes. All right. Shelby, I'm glad you like YouTube. All right, so for XAG, add $1.10 to these prices. We are still strongly in backwardation. Right? The demand on silver, guys, buy real silver. This shit is going to be $100 fast. All right? Buy any major dip in silver. Right? Silver, by its correlation to gold, should be about $800 right now. Yeah, I said $800. That's $750 higher. No. My YouTube channel is at Student Alpha 1, the same as my Twitter, the same as my Instagram. All right, so these are futures in silver at $1.10 to XAG. Open price 50.74, high day 51.50, low day 50.08. Now listen, resistance at high day 52.53, support at low day 49. Why is it so wide? Because the fucking beta is ridiculous right now. It is rip your face off beta. This thing is moving $1 and does not give a shit. I'm going to explain to my VIPs how to trade this. Right? I'm gonna explain this. Mean inversion levels are 50 and 54. Silver can massively pay you on the right trade and just rob you blind on the wrong trade. So you're gonna want to be in my war room for that. You get 7 days free in my VIP. Just click the link in my bio, go to my free Discord, and then join my Get VIP channel. All right. Platinum. How am I doing on time, guys? Good. I want to make sure I have time for your questions. And of course, I got to give the guys that pay me to do this, who are very successful, time in my war room. All right, so this is platinum for XPT, the underlying, subtract 11. They're relatively close. All right, 16.29 is your open price, the white line. Again, all my charts, they're always the same. You come to my war room, reds are sells, greens are buys, the gold's the VWAP. We have, and then other colors, like this is the all-time, or the 25-year high anchored VWAP, and white is the bias. I explain this all the time. I don't change. People understand them. They come to learn them. And we are successful doing it. If you're one of my traders and you're on live, say something down there in the chat. Let's make some believers today. All right. Well, anyway, resistance at high day than 1700. So we're going to hit a speed bump here at this 25-year high anchored VWAP for sure before we head higher. The bias is 1630. It's non-confirmed. The daily's long. The 9-minute oscillators are negative 21 and negative 10. They're not as consequential as they will be when I talk about them. And VIX cooled off slightly. It's at 20, which is still selling. All right, swing trades. Tesla, I'll fly through it. I'm not going to bring up the charts. Tesla's at 444. Everything's bouncing, guys, pre-market. NVIDIA's 183. Resistance at 195 and 200, guys. Intel. It's currently 37. Look, I am going to bring up Intel for you guys. Why? Because this is one I called most recently. I'm going to tell you my trade plan. And damn it, let me do this. Sorry, guys. I'm not as awesome at this setup yet. I'm still learning. When I bring up my war room charts, they're different than the long-term charts that I do. So bear with me for a second. Let me bring over a chart that I should be able to have charted. All right, so I want to explain to you what I'm doing in Intel, because I know a lot of you guys are trading this with me. All right, guys, this is exactly my trade plan. Okay, so there you go. And let me widen it out a little bit, make it beautiful for you. So I called the buy at 30, stop loss at 25 initially, right? So my stop loss was initially right here. I got in at 31 because of the anchored VWAP. And then as it went in the money, I told you all here live that I got a break-even stop loss, right? So there's no risk in the trade. But we're up against earnings report this Thursday. So I have a bracket. I have a break-even exit if it drops hard. So zero risk. The only thing I will have lost is time on my money. My take profits at 42, which is in the middle of that 40 to 44 zone that I talked about was my initial price target. I do not want to hold this through earnings. The fact we're above the all-time high anchored VWAP bodes well for my position, but I will exit it prior to earnings. If it's at this price just before earnings are launched, I will flatten the position, take the profit, and then I will buy any dip that occurs afterwards for a longer term hold. Guys, I mentor folks through this. Join my Discord. All right, there you have it. All right, so if I sell a course, money back guarantee. Nobody offers a money back guarantee on their course, guys. Nobody does. And you can 7 free days trading live with me. All right, I have a pre-market volume leader. We'll talk about it in a second. But let me get to your questions. How am I doing on time? Good. I got a few minutes. There you go. Thanks for Bandit BJJ saying my war room is fire. He does very well in our war room. And we win and lose, guys, but we win a lot more than we lose. All right, so let me scroll up, check everybody out here. Good. Yeah, I'm glad you guys like the setup. Shout out to my admin who works for me. Harsh put a lot of hard work in with me. We've got about probably collectively 12 hours of getting this setup done. Right, so you can watch me on YouTube and Instagram. If you prefer vertical on the phone or horizontal, if you're on a desktop, YouTube is better. I'm still shadow banned on Instagram though. Can't get any traction. We're still working on it. Guys, no tickers. Look at you go. All right, let's get on my pre-market volume leader. Remember this guy from Friday? Crazy story. I owned this and got kicked out at par because I thought it would do this on the 3-day news cycle. Now I'm kicking myself in the ass for having a par stop loss, but guess what? That's good trading discipline, right? It kicked me out right here, right? Otherwise, I'd be up. I won't even tell you how much. I'm not even going to bother telling you how much. But guys, this thing is still viable. So we take that low. We now expand the Fibonacci out. I'm on the hourly chart to its high at 267. So it goes from 47 to 267. My area of interest is right here, $1.50 to $2. And the news cycle still may be good on this one. So right here, this should be a green box, guys. If it hits that, we're going to hunt 10%. And I was correct on it on Friday. It didn't move appropriately till later in the day. So there you have it. That's rainy. It's a therapeutic. Go in and read this. I think this is a 3-day news cycle run. So I think it has another day left in it. I did not call it a scalp to swing, full disclosure, right? I didn't see that it would be prior to its movement later in the day. The one thing that we saw here, guys, is this drop was not supported by volume. See that? See how the volume dropped also? If you don't know how to read volume and price, you're never going to succeed. AMLIP, buy-in price, I need to see my read occur in that box. And do not buy full lot. Like, let's say you want to buy 100 shares. You're willing to buy 100 shares, 1,000 shares. You need to break that into at least half, if not a third, and sometimes a quarter. So you buy in partial, right? You spread out your. Emma, I look at. You got to look at volume on all time frames, all of them, because every indicator on this chart is fractal, meaning that it applies throughout every time frame. So in other words, this volume candle here on the 1 hour, right? So it takes on this stock, it would take for a daily 24 hours of candles, right? But it doesn't trade 24 hours. So whatever its trading period, and every stock is different depending if it's listed on other exchanges. So let's say it trades for 16 hours. So it takes 16 of those candles to make its 1 hour candle. When I'm looking for my entry on these scalps, okay, most of my day trades are done on the 5 minutes, so I'm really watching 5-minute volume, and my traders here will attest that I'm an absolute savage when it comes to reading volume because of my experience and education, right? I call people off trades. Like, bang, there's a signal, like, nope, we can't take it, guys, volume's not supportive. And more often than not, I'm correct. I mean, there's a few times I'm wrong, but it's a percentage game, guys, right? I tell my guys when I'm wrong. My guys know when I'm wrong, but it's better to be safe than sorry, and I'm right more than I'm wrong. All right, can I look at FIG real quick, and then I got to bounce, guys. If you can always take this discussion to my free Discord and ask me for charts and stuff in there. I'm happy to help you guys. FIG has been running. I do own this. I am underwater, full disclosure, right? I told everybody I was willing to go underwater on this one just because I wanted to participate. It started bouncing up, right? But listen, this thing will not return bullish. And you see this like weird colored looking line because there's the all-time high in the IPO anchored VWAP right there. This is very strong resistance. It needs to break above 74.50, which is the current price for this thing to return bullish. It's probably not going to for a hot minute, right? We have earnings report coming up. We'll see what happens in that. But right now it's back into its gap support zone. It did break through. It looked good. I think there was some good announcements here, but the next time to buy FIG or add to your position, which I will do, is when we close above that line. All right? Yeah, exactly. Everybody would be trillionaires if there's no wrong calls. Guys, my guys know when I make money and they know when I lose money. If you go to my Discord, you can see my trading history. Go look. All right, guys, if you have charts I didn't get to, appreciate you throwing them up, but I have to bounce because guys pay me to trade with me. You're welcome to come. It's 7 free days. Link in the bio. Go to Get VIP. Come join me. I'll be there live on Zoom here in a few minutes. Have a good one, guys.